Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ms.Thc. I wanted to show you guys how I make my medicated coconut oil. I don't make a whole lot. I just use the 14-ounce jar of regular coconut oil. And since the magic butter machine requires a minimum of 2 cups, I'm just going to use my RSO, full cannabis extract. And basically I buy that from my distributor. And if you don't know what RSO is, I encourage you to just look it up on YouTube. It's basically seriously potent marijuana extract. Basically, they've taken marijuana and they've made a super strong tincture out of it, and then they've essentially boiled it down to almost like a tar, and it's super potent. This right here is 1,000 milligrams, and it is, what is it? It is 621 milligrams. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to melt the coconut oil in the microwave. I'm just gonna, get it to a liquid consistency. And then I'm going to put this entire tube of RSO in the coconut oil, and it will be medicated. This, since it's already in this form, then obviously it's already been decarboxylated and everything. This is completely ready to go. So all I need to do now is medicate my coconut oil. So that the coconut oil gets put in the microwave for just a minute, to melt it. So let me go do that and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I've melted my coconut oil. Took about a minute. I left it in there for a whole minute. I guess it would have melted at 45 seconds, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to hurt the oil. So essentially you just remove the cap. Whoops. And then you just squirt this in. It's kind of tough because it is very thick. Very thick indeed. And just to give you an idea of the potency, one drop is 25 milligrams, just one drop. So what we're gonna do is squirt all of it in. Super thick. Ugh. You're squirting 1,000 milligrams of THC into this. And then I like to kind of suck some of the oil up into the syringe a couple of times, just to make sure I got all the RSO out of it. That should be good. And these are cool little syringes. They're glass, so you can use it again if you're so inclined. So then you just take the lid, put it back on. I'm just going to shake it, get all of it dissolved. It doesn't look very potent, but let me tell you what, this stuff is potent. It's potent. And then, of course, you always want to mark somewhere on it. I usually use a permanent marker to mark on the lid itself. just exactly what it is, so no one in the family decides they want to cook some eggs with coconut oil. I just wanted to do a quick little video, a little interjection here, and just talk about the THC milligrams. I have a lot of people asking me, well, how do you know how many milligrams of THC you're eating? How do you know how many milligrams, or the percentage, or how do you know? So basically, it's all about math. If you're dosing yourself, like I said before in a previous video, the industry standard is 10 milligrams per snack, basically. When you buy edibles on the market, typically the package is 100 milligrams, and then you either divide it up by 10, or usually it's already divided for you in 10, so that each dose or each snack is 10 milligrams of THC. So for this product, I already told you that the milligram THC is 621 milligrams. And we know that there's 14 ounces in this coconut oil. So basically, I am going to divide 621 milligrams by the 14 ounces, and I'm going to get 44 milligrams of THC per ounce. So when you're trying to find percentage, there again we have 621 milligrams in this particular strain, in this particular product. There is 621 milligrams. And we know that there are 1,000 milligrams in this package. So what you do is you you divide 620 milligrams by 1,000 milligrams, and you get 0.621. All right, and then to find your percentage, you take that number and you multiply it by 100, and then you get 62.1, or just 62%. So this syringe here is 62% THC. That's a lot, okay? And then when I want to cook with my oil, 44 milligrams of THC per ounce. Let's say my recipe calls for 4 ounces of this. 4 ounces, or a half a cup. I would take my 44 milligrams, multiply it by 4 ounces, and I get 176. Okay? Then I take that batch, and I end up getting 16 snacks out of it. Let's say I get 16 snacks out of it. You divide that by the amount of snacks you get, and you come up with a milligram per snack. So if I make a batch of brownies, and I use my coconut oil, and it calls for 4 ounces, I'm going to multiply the 44 milligrams times the 4 ounces, and I'm going to come up with 176 milligrams of THC in my batch of brownies. And then if I divide my batch of brownies into 16 brownies, then each brownie is going to be 11 milligrams of THC. So that's how you dose it. At least that's how you dose this. Every single thing that you make, there is a math involved if you are wanting to find percentage of THC and how many milligrams of marijuana or THC based off that percentage you're going to have per snack that you consume. So if you're not a patient and you're not worried about dosing, then don't worry about any of this. Don't worry about it. You could just focus on making your stuff as strong as you can and just enjoying it or whatever. But if you're a patient and you know that you can only handle 10 milligrams at a time, or if you've been prescribed, say, 30 to 50 milligrams per day, and you're going to go ahead and, you know, try your hand at making edibles, because right now in my state, they're not available yet, but we are free to make them, then you got to be careful how you're dosing, and you got to get it just right if you are truly concerned about consumption and properly medicating yourself with the milligrams that your doctor has prescribed for you. So there you have it. This is the way you figure your doses. And that's it. That's it. That's medicated coconut oil. And you can use this in place of butter in any recipe. It's pretty much interchangeable. I mean, it's easier to use butter for coconut oil than it is to use coconut oil for butter. I know that sounds weird, but it's kind of a fact. So really just make sure that it's a good substitute for whatever it is you're making. But I've used I've used coconut oil in my cereal treats, where a lot of people use butter. My understanding is if you're vegan, then you can't have butter, so this is a good substitute. So anyway, that's it. Coconut oil medicated with RSO. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. Thanks. Have a good day.